Welcome everybody. I am Mrs. D. Lamin, your English language teacher. Let me start by welcoming you to the lesson. Today's lesson is on Unit 1, Lesson 2, which is on verbs. Let's start by looking at the lesson objectives, which are very important. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to do, number 1, define a verb. Number 2, distinguish between regular and irregular verb. And the bigger picture, you should be able to what? Communicate ideas clearly and fluently using the correct verbs. What do you think verbs are? Let's look at the following images and audio visuals to trigger your memory or to help you understand what verbs are. Here we have two people, a boy and a girl. What are they doing? They are sitting down. Sitting down is a verb. It is a what? It is an action or a doing word. That's what a verb is. Here we have the same couple, and what are they doing? They are lying down. Lying down is a verb. It's an action word. It is what they are doing here. Moving on. Let's look at this. Let's watch the following video. Yes, beautiful. We see this young man. What is he doing? He is running. Running is an action word. So it is a what? It's a verb. Let's watch the following one as well for better understanding of what a verb is. We see the couple, what are they doing? They are arguing, and we see the young man walking away. They are expressing their action through what? Through verbs. In the English language, when you turn a verb from a present tense to a past tense, you add ed. However, there are some verbs which do not follow these rules, and we refer to these verbs as irregular verbs. So that's the difference between a regular and an irregular verb. We talk about what happened yesterday by using what? The past tense. But irregular verbs, they change completely. Just like we see in these three examples here. Go does not change into gold because we don't have to add ed, but it changes into went. Eat changes into ate. Do changes into did. On the far right hand side, we have more examples of such verbs which we refer to them as irregular verbs. Okay. Let's look at this narrative passage or text, which is further going to be used as an illustration to illustrate the difference between regular and irregular verbs. I was extremely overjoyed. I had finished writing my Form 5 examination, and my parents had promised to take me to Makatsavane Lodge for a pens down party. Mom and Dad kept their promise, as a week later, we went to the lodge with them. Now, let us look at the verbs. Let's distinguish the regular and the irregular verbs. Was, I have highlighted the irregular verbs in blue and highlighted the regular verbs in purple. Was is an irregular verb because is changes into was. Overjoyed is a regular verb because you simply add an ed if you want to change it from the past tense, from the present tense to the past tense. Finished is a regular verb. It's clear. The rule there is clear, as the same can be said for promise. However, take is an irregular verb because it does not become take it, but it becomes took. The same can be said for keep. Keep changes into kept. Go changes into went. Let's look again the same passage, different sentences. I had invited my two buddies, Debbie and Diana. We arrived at 10 in the morning and found everything picture perfect. The DJ had already arrived with the sound system and the photographer too. Again, let's look. Invite becomes invited. Arrive becomes arrived. However, find does not become finded, but it becomes found. It is a what? An irregular verb. You're right if you thought like that. Okay, the last piece of the paragraph. Dad had opted for safe catering, and my cousin were the ones responsible for cooking. He made sure that there was plenty of cranberry juice because it is my favorite juice. I looked angelic in my white balloon dress and black stilettos. Again, opt is changed into opted. However, are becomes were. That's an irregular verb. Cooking, when you change it from the present tense to the past tense, becomes cooked. Make is an irregular verb because the rule of adding ed does not apply to it. Was as well does not apply. But for look, it's easy because you add ed. Okay, I think we've come to the end of the lesson. I can call it a wrap. Thank you everybody for joining in. Have a great day.